My daughter was a soldier in Tzivos Hashem. During the whole weekend, we noticed that there was also, she had a Tzivos Hashem hat, but there are other kids who had a JewQ hat. Sunday, the final day of the Shabbaton, they had the big JewQ competition, and she was dancing and enjoying it from the audience. And later she said to me, "Mommy, I want to do JewQ." I said, "Okay." I said, "We don't have it in Delaware." She said, "But I want to do it." I said, "Okay, we'll see how we bring it to Delaware."
So Francine reached out to us and really pushed it forward. She said, "I will do whatever I need to do to make it happen. I'll put in the time, I'll put in the effort, and we're gonna bring this to Delaware."
Our assistant director, Chaya, and I worked together over the summer to get the program here. So we have 7 kids. She and I taught 3rd, 4th, and 6th grader participants.
I mean, they were taught the basics of Judaism, basic Jewish knowledge, in a fun way that they could relate to. They were able to answer the questions like this.
We first heard about JewQ in Hebrew school. Then Nava came home and she told me that she wanted to participate in the JewQ. And although I didn't know what it was at the time, I thought it was very cool that Nava on her own wanted to start on the journey.
And I'm watching my daughter study and learn and really try to remember what they're being taught and what we're going over. Do the blessing. "Mommy, we forgot to say it. We have to say it, and it's this one."
And we would always learn something every Tuesday. We would talk about it for a couple of minutes, and then we would explain how it kind of happened.
It was more than I thought, more than I expected. The time that Nava and I spent studying together was, first of all, invaluable.
And funner than I thought it would be. Once I learned more about it, I got used to it, so it went easier for me.
And surprisingly for me, it was pretty hard material. I thought it was easy. I remember one time I said to Nava, "How am I gonna remember all this?" And she said, "Mom, you don't have to remember it, I do."
We know how busy kids are, and families, and parents. So many different things between sports, between extracurriculars, between studying for tests. What was most surprising was how many of the kids actually wanted to do it.
She's proud. She's proud to be Jewish, and I think it gives her an outlet to feel like she's doing even more.
When I kind of do Jewish stuff, it can make me feel proud that I did it.
You know, growing up, learning and going to Hebrew school, but I learned a lot of new things as well. And I'm happy that Nava knows them now. It's something that she'll remember for the rest of her life.
So the game show was very, very fun, but very intense, because the kids took it very, very, very seriously. And there were several rounds of different questions, different style questions, and with each round, there was more and more of a build-up. Until the grand announcement, after we tallied up all of the points.
Hey, let's hear a drum roll. Their name is Yaakova Bennett.
For Yaakova, I think it was really special because she was really the one who was instrumental in bringing JewQ to Delaware.
She did it because she didn't grow up entirely observant or really understanding what it meant. And I think as a mom, to see her continuing to do that and grow it, I'm doing a good job.
And the winner is Nava Kennedy.
And then with Nava, she worked really hard together with her family at home. And her grandfather was in the room, and her parents were in the room, and her sister was in the room. Her initial reaction was just shock. She just covered her face like this.
Got extremely emotional, which made me extremely emotional, and I just jumped right up and moved everybody out of the way to go get my daughter, who couldn't contain her excitement and her emotion.
Had a contagious effect, a ripple effect on everybody in the room. It wasn't a dry eye in the house. I think for me personally, what I saw and the beauty of JewQ was the way that people can take an initiative and become JewQ champions. It's not all about the rabbi and the rebbitzin pushing programs. Sometimes the most beautiful growth comes from within. And then to thrive and to blossom into what it's become. Can't wait to see what next year has in store and then how it's going to develop from here. It's just the beginning of the story.